This is the Opie and Anthony Show. Let's get right to it. We got Gene Simmons on the line. Mr. Simmons.
Good morning.
Here he is. Welcome back to the Opie and Anthony Show.
Well, thanks, you guys.
We saw the picture and we said, we got to call Gene. We got to call Gene and find out about the facelift.
This picture's everywhere. My God.
Well, I think what you're specifically talking about, for those of you who may not know what we're talking about, see, I'm all about who, what, when, where, how, is the second season of the smash hit. The second season of the smash hit. And just think of this as a public service announcement.
Yeah.
Gene Simmons' Family Jewels, which debuted Sunday night and is on A&E Sunday nights at 9 p.m. There. I've done what I'm supposed to do.
And now that you did the facelift thing, I'm watching.
Yeah, well, you know what? Life is a stage, so says Shakespeare. And if that's the case, and we're all just players, you may as well just have a good time. It's very bizarre to me that everybody has all kinds of skeletons in the closet. Some people live there, too. And I say, what the hell? You know, just kick the door open, and it is what it is.
Throw it out there, and you figured, you know, something, I'm going to get a facelift.
Yeah, the picture's up on TMZ.com.
Yeah, I look like roadkill, don't I?
Yeah, your eyes are all puffed out, and
I love it. I mean, I remember when I was a kid, I used to just splash in mud and just do all kinds of stuff and put frogs up girls' skirts just to get a rise out of people. And
called it a frog?
I'm sorry?
You called it a frog back then?
Oh, you're very...
See, it's a little, joke because your sexual prowess, and then,
Girls, you made some new girl fans. That was nice.
Hey, when was this picture taken? Right after the surgery? Right when you were waking up?
Yeah, right. Literally, as they took off the bandages and started taking out the... they've got these tubes that went up the back of my ears that were like draining stuff.
Yeah, we see those little...
That drained all the goo. Otherwise, I would have blown up even more because it's big trauma to the body.
See, celebrities.
See me now. I'm really gorgeous.
Celebrities never show this part of the facelift.
Never.
Yeah, they go away and they hide for a while. Next thing you know, wow, were they vacationing? They look younger.
Because I think what it is celebrities are like girls. You never want to be seen without your makeup or when you first get out of bed because people might think, oh my God, he can be really horrific looking. Well, so what?
Yeah.
I say put it out there. You know why you'll never read about me in those rags that you pick up at the checkout counter? Mostly women buy this stuff because they're always curious who's got more cellulite, who's faster, who hates who's mounting who. Gene Simmons seen with a naked transvestite in a strip club. Yeah, and your point is what?
I saw that picture.
Because no one cares.
Wait, there's a picture of Gene in a tranny?
You guys start going to TMZ.com and PerezHilton.com.
Good boy.
There's a horrific picture of Gene Simmons all healed. And, it's a naked tranny.
Who is the tranny?
She's god-awful, Gene.
Actually, she used to be a he, and I was at a party in South Beach.
Mm-hmm.
I was at a party in South Beach right after the IndyCar series, which, as you know, we work for. Check out IndyCar.com, the fastest cars on Earth.
Right.
Well, if you're going to plug TMZ, why the hell can't I plug something worthwhile?
Gene, trust me, you get your plugs in.
Wait. I want to see, where's the picture of Gene in this tranny?
We'll try to find it. I forgot what website it was on. It might be TMZ if you keep going down, but
I got to tell you, the tranny, the girl, who used to be a guy, by the way, is a terrific human being, and, we all have points of views, and we keep judging the book by the cover. And
Gene, that might be true, and that's all well and good, but she is horrific looking.
Wait, she's a post-op?
Well, she thinks she looks great, and that's more important than what anybody else thinks.
I guess I agree with you on that point. There you go.
Oh, let's hold on a second.
But that's not the naked one. You got to keep going down to see the naked one. Hey, Gene, when did you realize the facelift might not? There it is, Jimmy. It looks like she looks like a blow-up doll.
Well.
She doesn't look real. She looks like she looks plastic.
Well, let's slow down. You don't want to say anything bad about blow-up dolls. To some people, that's companionship.
That's everything to some people.
It's like Hot Lips Houlihan.
Yeah. When did you realize the facelift might not have been a good idea?
Oh, it's a terrific idea.
But I mean, when you were going through the whole thing,
No, I never doubted it. You know, I'm like the guy who commits to bungee jumping off a skyscraper. Once I commit to an idea, I go all the way. Halfway down, when the floor is coming up at me, at 100 miles an hour, I don't think, what the hell am I doing? Once I commit to something, that's what I do.
What did you actually have done? Obviously, your eyes, something there, because they're all puffed up, and then your smile lines, I guess, the lines that come down from your nose. What else did you have done?
Well, they go under the chin and they snip out all the gobble stuff and pull it tight. So they kind of pull up the muscles and tighten all that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And the cheeks were taken, up so that the jowls don't hang down. The eyes were cut, kind of like when you clip your nails, if you see what I mean.
Oh, wow.
And then they stuck two. By the way, you'll see all this stuff on Gene Simmons Family Jewels Sunday night at 9 p.m. on A&E.
Right.
And, of course, you can log on to GeneSimmons.com.
I just want to thank you for not making us pay for this phone call. It was real nice of you that you used your own dime to call in the show. I
don't mind doing any of that, but since you guys aren't doing any of that stuff, I may as well do it. Somebody's got to do it, because people are wondering, where can I see this stuff? Well,
of course.
On A&E Sunday nights at 9 p.m.
After you get it done, do you feel like, because it looks like you're having your skin pulled back, would make your face kind of feel like when you get out of the shower and there's still soap on your face, that dry, tight feeling? Yeah.
No. It was fascinating because I actually watched the video of it, because obviously I was out, and it is amazing to see your face flung over your shoulder like a scarf in the wind in an open car.
God damn.
It was mind-blowing, I will tell you that. And, the recovery time wasn't all that much. It was about 2 months, 8 weeks, and you're up, you're ready to go. I was walking around within 2 days, no pain. It looked like, I looked like a fat sumo wrestler, but other than that...
Yeah. How hard is it to keep things interesting? Like, because you got a reality show. I believe it's on A&E's at 9 o'clock. What, Sundays?
I forgot. Gene, you might want to tell everybody.
Yeah. 9 p.m.
Yeah.
How hard is it to keep it interesting? Like, because you got to keep doing things, because people get information so fast. They want to keep seeing something new or something revealing. How hard is it to find revealing things to show people?
Yeah, because in this day and age, it's very hard to shock people. I think we're...
Well, I don't think the show's about shocking.
Or even just to keep them interested, not even shock them, even just to keep them go, wow, this is something that I normally don't see.
It's the same thing you guys have to figure out every time you go on the air.
Yeah.
Which is, I think the only thing you can do is be yourself.
Mm-hmm.
Also, I get to shill, which is one of my favorite things, because I'm in the Gene Simmons Incorporated business. Anything I do...
Of course.
I'm in the me business in the same way that you and Opie and Anthony are in your own business. I mean, you're there to make sure that you do the best you can and people like what you do. So the show also shows me when I run around, with Paul and do the kiss thing, which is my favorite thing. It just... Yes?
Speaking of that, there's breaking news today on a blog, I guess, but you're basically saying today that you'll never do another reunion with the original members. It'll be just you and Paul from now on.
Well, let's call it for what it is, because everybody lies except Gene Simmons. Mm-hmm. Number one is, I don't want to get up on stage with anybody who has anything in their bloodstream. No booze, no drugs. We have too much pride in what we do. And in the past, it's been decades of putting up with that stuff, although with all my heart, I, personally really care about Ace and Peter and always have. Love them. But the word never is not really a fair point, because...
It's been used before.
As things stand, no, I wouldn't want to do it. But can you buy God? You bet your ass. If they're not, you walk up to a girl in the street and say, mount me right now. She'll slap you in the face. You put up $100 million, put it right in her pocket, mount me right now. She shrugs her shoulders and let's go.
That's a good point.
Yeah, there's always a number.
But you're just sick of
and right now people are saying, you whore, but walk up to any girl and say, do you believe in true love or money? She says true love. It goes, $500 million right now on your knees. She gets down on her knees.
I've had enough massages from quote-unquote legitimate masseuses where he's correct. The ones that say, I'll never do this, I'll never do that. You throw a little bit, you'd be surprised exactly.
Everyone has a number is what you're saying?
Absolutely.
Well, even God passes the hat at the end of the sermon.
I mean, who has $50 million or $500 million, though, except for Gene Simmons, who's incorporated and sells everything?
Gene's got it.
Well, you're allowed to give it away for free if you call yourself a charity, or you're allowed to charge for things.
So Gene, Ace and Pete Peter, have a real problem with the alcohol and the drugs still, huh?
No, I think Ace has been trying to be clean, I think, for at least a year or two.
Mm-hmm.
And, he's been seen around. He's come out and played in a poker tournament, played a little bit here and there. Peter I haven't spoken to in quite a while. Peter's happily married in New Jersey, and the most important thing is that they're both healthy and happy, and it's less important whether or not Ace and Peter ever tour, because not everybody belongs on tour. It's not an easy place. You're away from your friends and your support system and blah, blah, blah. And for some other people, it's a joy. I mean, I love it. I'm crazy about it. But likewise, Paul and I have been working at this for 34 years. Let me pound my chest a little bit. Actually, I don't even have to ask your permission. This past Christmas, we released Kissology, which was a 6-hour DVD, which is now 6 times platinum. We also released Kiss Alive CD box set, which is now 3 times platinum.
I was actually going to mention Kissology. I got one thing I'd say about Kiss, and I'm been a fan for a long time. Yes. Is that it is everything you guys put out, like with DVDs and stuff, is like marketed and it's just packaged beautifully. The quality of it is amazing. Kissology is fantastic.
Well, it's sweet of you to say so, but good packaging and quality packaging, that means it costs you more money. Anytime you get quality, anytime you master something and put in better artwork and all that stuff, costs more. So we've never shied away from putting up the best show people see, and it's never the highest price ticket, ever.
Gene, you never...
That sound, by the way. You make me horny when I hear it. You think to me like a prostitute. The more money you give me, the more I like you.
You never did any of the boozing or drugs or anything?
Never.
I've never
Never touched.
I've never been high or drunk or smoked in my life.
You went through the whole surgery without any painkillers or anything?
Well, that's okay. Let's be very specific.
Okay.
In a dentist's office, when they're about to rip a tooth, out of your skull, of course you get numbed. When they stuck me under, they gave me a relaxing thing, and then they're supposed to give you a knockout drug. I'm told that as soon as they gave me the relaxing, whatever it is that they stuck in my drink, I was out flat. I have absolutely no tolerance for booze.
Oh, really?
I'm not really interested in it. So
you didn't feel good for like a second and go, wow, this stuff's pretty good.
I really wasn't aware of it. I don't remember, God's honest, I don't remember a single thing. I just remember seeing daylight and then blackness.
And then afterwards, no kind of painkillers for that? Because that looks like it hurts.
Well, yeah, it does look like roadkill, but I felt nothing.
Hey, Gene, I want to give you an idea for your show. The show is...
Gene Simmons' Family Jewels.
Very good. And it's on Sunday nights on...
And your show is called...
Opie and Anthony.
I see. So you're not shy about doing that. But I'm supposed
of course
to...
not.
Gene, we've been doing this a long time, and you're like the king of making sure you...
Gene, we never said you're supposed to be shy about it.
No, we just... we're just...
Whether or not people say you're supposed to be shy about it or not, you should stand up proudly and say, this is who I am and this is what I do.
Hey, Gene, here's the idea for the show, though. Why not drink for the first time and have them tape it? Or get high for the first time and have them tape it? Because you have the self-control where you can do it once and just go back to the lifestyle you're used to. But how much fun would that be?
I tell you, it just doesn't interest me. I find it...
How about for $1 million?
How much?
$1 million.
$1 million. Everyone has their price, remember?
Yeah, but $1 million's not enough, babe.
That's not enough.
When I was 16, it might have been.
You didn't make $1 million at 16. When did you make your first...
No. I didn't say that.
When did you make your first million?
24.
Jeez.
Wow.
24, first million.
And $1 million back then, was a lot.
Rock star, broad.
That's true.
$1 million.
All right.
God,
somebody just gave me some, like a couple of Kiss bootlegs he had, which I didn't care for, and I'm going to turn them into you. But I happen to be just enjoying them very much. Like 1976, the Destroyer Tour. I'm watching them on my laptop. I'm just very happy.
Well, you got to get that to me because our lawyers, like dogs, need to be fed. So you get me that thing because it's like you got to feed them meat. And we got to
Jimmy,
find out who these guys are because that's our job. We chew them up and spit them out.
Jimmy, you might as well have just told the IRS that he's cheating on his taxes.
Well, I love Gene. I would. Gene has signed photos. Gene and I have a few photos together, and I would happily turn in things.
How much does that cost you?
Peter charged me for a signed.
Oh yeah, Gene. Peter's charging for his autograph.
No, for a photo of him. Like,
yeah, I forgot about that story. You want to tell Gene?
well, it's like he was doing a signing, which I understand that guys make a lot of money doing that, and they have every right to charge for autographs. But they came in, they told him, look. My friend works. He's like, this guy's on a radio show in New York and promote anything you want promoted because I love Kiss. And they still charged me $50 for a photo, but I took it. I was like, why not? It's Peter Criss. I had to do it, so I took my photo.
$50, nice.
$50, and then he signed, and I slinked out like a.
You guys are really funny. I love you guys.
By the way,
you'll be very popular in jail. I assure you.
By the way, this just in, we lost our New York feed. In place of the Opie and Anthony show, there's an infomercial, a Gene Simmons infomercial on. Hey, Gene, it's always a pleasure. We saw that picture and we went, wow, we got to call Gene. It looks like it hurt.
That's cool.
Not a problem.
Absolutely make me want to watch the show.
I'm shocked that you want to talk about my face as roadkill instead of when I look beautiful next to a transvestite.
How's the sex with the wife with the new facelift?
Well, I'm not familiar with that term, wife.
Wife.
I know we use it in quotations when we talk to you.
That's for lesser mortals. I don't
the live-in.
How about the live-in that you've been living with for, 20-some-odd years at this point?
The beloved and wonderful Shannon Tweed, with whom I've been happily unmarried.
The love of your life, though?
Yeah, I would say that's true. There's no question. We have two great kids, Sophie and Nick, who are honor students and charming, the most charming human beings I know. They also happen to be our kids. But marriage is out of the question for the simple reason that within marriage, holy matrimony, someone other than the mother who gave you life itself is allowed to ask you, where are you going? Where am I going? Who are you? Who wants to know? Only your mother, as far as I'm concerned, can torture you. And Shannon, bless her, never works that game. She never does what the rest of the women on earth do to their guys, which is called torture. And, there are wife jokes. There are wife jokes like, why do men die younger than their wives? Because they want to. Yeah. And everybody laughs because it's true. Shannon doesn't do any of that. That's why I'm crazy about her. Besides being hot.
More importantly, there's a scene of her in one of the films she did where she's shooting pool, and she's kind of like bent over a pool table. It's like she's like seducing somebody, and it's really fantastic. The transsexual. I've met a couple. Not that I've ever hooked up with Vanity or anybody, but just wondering if you ever decide to go down the tranny road just to be silly.
No, I haven't done that, but I suppose if anyone's stuck on a tropical island all by themselves, anything's possible, including Tom Hanks mounting a basketball, if you remember that.
Wilson, of course.
Oh, it was a volleyball.
Loneliness is not an option.
But that'd be great. If you don't want to drink, how about that for the next season of Family Jewels? If you hook up with a tranny,
we're
fantastic.
We're giving you ideas for free, Gene. We're not charging you.
It's a thought, and if you'll allow me to get back to you on that.
Yeah, we'll eagerly await your call.
In the meantime, everybody can watch A&E 9 p.m. Sunday night to watch the smash hit, Gene Simmons Family Jewels Season 2.
Very good, Gene.
You can log on to GeneSimmons.com to find all the other stuff I do.
This just in from Stephen S. in Bayshore. Gene has been doing wallet lifts on his fans for decades.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Stephen, you know what? Stephen's right, and he should follow my lead. Maybe he'll do better in life.
There you go, Steve.
You can't sit in a peanut gallery and complain somebody's making truckloads of money if you're not willing to pick up your butt off your couch, stop dipping chips and watching this ball game, and go out there and work for a living.
Hey, you don't talk about every one of our fans like that.
All right, Gene.
Gene, thank you. Good luck with the show. The surgery, I hear, looks great from people that have seen you, and can't wait to see it.
I'm stunning.
Of course. It's just a beautiful man.
I would do me.
Really?
Again.
Now, maybe that's the third season.
Yeah.
He actually clones himself and has sex with himself.
That would be the ultimate fantasy for him, I'm sure.
Is that the first work you've ever had done?
Yeah, I mean, a few teeth pulled and stuff like that. Yeah.
Wow, okay.
All
I
right.
had my Schmeckel made twice as long, but that's another story.
You don't need it. You have all the money. That's the beautiful. You could be packing 2.5 and.
I know, but if it drags on the floor, it can pick up the lint.
All right, Gene.
Tyrannosaurus.
Thank you, Gene. This was a pleasure today.
Thanks, Gene.
My pleasure.
See you later, man.
All
Good
right.
luck.
Gene Simmons, everyone. By the way, we can't take credit for the cash register. That's a suggestion that came in from Stephen S. from Bayshore. It's like every time he plugs, you guys should play the cash register.
Steve is a joy.
He's honest about it, though. It's like you call and go, yeah. He goes, yeah, I do make a lot of money. I kind of like that.
Yeah, he doesn't care. He doesn't shy away from it. He's just like, yeah, that's what I am. Right. Okay, and?
So he's sick of the boozing that Ace and Peter Criss are doing.
I don't know.
I think it's also it comes down and he makes more money without all original members.
You know, when you get a couple of other guys in there, you can pay them just as a staff, staff members. They're not being paid as Kiss.
Yeah, but also I think he'd make more with those guys on the tour, to be honest with you.
Do you think?
Yeah, with the 4 original members.
No.
I mean, Kiss is going to sell regardless, but I mean, with the original Ace and Peter, it's more, it feels like
Kiss goes out, though, they're selling out. They're selling out arenas.
The reunion tour, yes, but now I think he's past that, and now he's just keeping that part of him going this way. He doesn't need all the members.
Can I say I'm obsessed with Ace Frehley? He's the only guy I haven't met in Kiss, and all I'm doing is going on YouTube video and watching him sing. And I love in the '70s he'd be all high. That's why I like him. It's because he's singing, he's off key. Back in the New York groove. He's just kind of talking.
Hey, we had that going in a break.
But I mean, I have a live version from Largo in '79, Maryland, and he's kind of talking, and there's a guitar playing, and it's him playing it. 43, back in the New York groove. It makes me love him. I love him. The greatest. There's not even a hint of melody.
That's great.
Well, why don't we go to break with Jim Norton singing that fine little song? It's just a piece. It's
a piece of it.
It's a quickie, and then we'll continue with the Opie and Anthony show.
We're back in the New York groove. We're back in the New York groove. Welcome back to the Opie and Anthony show.
Can I interject how irritated I am right now?
Why?
Cindy Adams quoted 3 of my jokes from the Gene Simmons roast.
Oh, I was
All
wondering.
3 of them are mine, and she doesn't credit me for any of them.
No credit?
She screws up one of the jokes, and then
You
and
dummy.
then she credits Carrot Top for one.
What? For your joke?
Yeah, Jimmy was out in L.A. for the Gene Simmons roast.
You know, I
It's gonna be
read
on
that.
A&E, right?
It's on Family Jewel.
I read that and
Family
thought,
Jewel,
that
okay.
doesn't sound like Carrot Top would say something like that.
No.
Swear to you.
It's a really short piece. I just saw this as you were talking about. It's Gene Simmons of Kiss was afforded the great honor of a roast in L.A. So filthy that a high-class, refined person such as myself can't mention the lines thrown out. He said, other than somebody, which would be Jim Norton, said of one famous female, Cher, her vagina is so large that the Verizon man couldn't get reception in certain parts. And another famous female, her private parts are used as a DNA base for Law and Order, which is not the way I said that joke, and it was about Lisa Lampanelli. It's not the way I said it. And then she gives Carrot Top credit for the joke I made about Paul Stanley.
Yeah.
I said he broke his hip. I think he had to have his hip replaced. I think he broke it falling out of the closet. And
That's funny.
and
How are you doing?
and she doesn't give me credit for any of them. It's like, come on. I mean, not that you need credit for everything you do, but if you
She's
guys
going to quote
3 of them,
3 jokes
I didn't mention Law and Order.
in her crappy little, column.
Right. Oh, boy.
Dummy.
You guys should have seen Jim at the Gene Simmons roast.
Yeah?
Jeff got me that, by the way. I love Ross. He called me because we're roasting Gene Simmons. You gotta come. And
that's
we did.
cool.
It was, dude. It was one of my idols. It was amazing to roast.
You and me both. You were the last. When they came back, you and I drove down to Philly, and I was like, I'm not doing this without Jim Norton. You had the greatest joke ever. There's like The dais is like all Kiss fans who are not necessarily the best looking people in the world. It's like Carrot Top and Danny Bonaducci and Andrew Dice Clay and me and you and Lampanelli and Jim Norton goes, look at this place. It looks like
the lineup.
The lineup for it
looked like a lineup.
The villains from
Dick Tracy villains. Yeah.
Squash head.
I said, look at this. It's like the cast of VH1's The Worst Week Ever.
Yeah, it was good, man. It was really nerve wracking though, man. Steve-O was on the dais and supposed to do something, and I didn't know he was behaving as badly as he was. But they literally had to remove him.
But you saw him at rehearsal, smoking pot on stage. He took his nutsack out, on the red carpet. We stapled it to the seat just so he would sit still.
He exposed himself.
But he kept jumping up during the other roasters and like pulling his junk out.
Yep.
And finally, we just we got to take this guy out of here. He's not part of the team.
He actually, honestly, did this. He and I didn't know this till after. Let's just say we have to phrase this carefully. He used an empty water bottle, stood up, and filled it on the dais.
Wow.
In front of an audience.
Oh, wow.
And I went over after the show to talk to Paul Rodriguez, who I didn't know, and I saw the closed bottle under one of the seats. He left it on the dais.
But what do you expect him to do, though?
But I mean, not that bad.
No, I know, but that's
Steve-O's thing. At least he didn't poo in a thermos.
Steve-O was there.
An animal.
Hot lunch.
He had prepared material. He came to rehearsal. He wanted to show a different side of himself.
Okay.
He wants to do comedy. We all have the same agent. I was supportive of it. I pushed for him because I was the roast master, and then he just mucked it up.
Can I ask a question? Where was this story yesterday morning on the show?
Yeah, really.
I mean, I would have liked
We were
to have
waiting
heard
for
this.
you to bring it to life.
We could have learned a lot yesterday.
Was
By
it-
the way, a
was it-
Bob
was he
Saget
ha-
roast would be the highest rated show in history.
Yeah.
That would be 1 versus 100. That would be great.
My father would come back from the grave to trash me. That's a nice thing to say. Isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
we're
love
having
my
fun,
daddy
and
would.
now you had to bring that up again.
He's a good guy.
Awkward.
What do
Yeah,
you
we're
mean?
all
Walk
kind of
away.
uncomfortable.
Awkward for everybody.
Deceased. Your own. Stop. He was a funny woman, let me tell you that.
Has Gene Simmons ever been on this show?
Oh, many times.
Oh, yeah.
He has the worst personality.
Just hawking things. That's all he does.
He likes the ladies. He's a very flirtatious man.
Yeah, and he talks to guys, like regular guys, like they should be living his lifestyle.
Right.
And meanwhile, he's Gene Simmons from Kiss. He got the money, the fame, a rock star thing. And then he's talking to, deli clerks saying, you should have as many girlfriends as you need. And, you shouldn't be bowed down to one woman. Why would you do that to yourself? And it's like, no, I'm a working Joe.
Yeah.
Sorry, I don't have $8 billion. And
He's
got a family and everything, though.
Because he's a rock star. It's like, gee, do you think that you'd have this if you were just a right? He's wearing Darth Vader's helmet. That thing on his head is silly.
He's very
walk.
He's very disappointing when you meet him.
That's what I said.
Because he markets the hell out of himself in Kiss, which God bless him, but it's like boring.
I said, Gene.
And
when
we've
I was
called him out on this, by the way. We're not talking behind his back like we did you yesterday, Jeff. No.
Then there's Paul Stanley. He's a cool guy.
Oh,
yeah. We like Paul.
You also had a great joke about Paul Stanley.
Yeah,
he said he broke his hip falling out of the closet.
Yeah. But Gene, while I said it, because Gene was like, and Gene looked at me and he goes, "It's not true." And I'm like, "I know. I'm just."
I know he doesn't like the gay jokes about Paul.
Of course
They're
not.
not true, and but it
Paul's
is pretty.
a kid.
He does sound hilarious. It is hilarious. I said, Gene Simmons, what a life! 98 million records, 4,300 women, 2 friends.